You are on the founder, and today we have Kevin, Dixon, and Theruni from the Physio. How are you guys doing today?
Good, thanks, Tashi.
And what about you, Kevin?
Good, Tashi.
Awesome. Tell me how it all began, first of all, the Physio.
Okay, so the Physio started about 7 years ago, but we actually moved to Sri Lanka about 10 years ago now, and Ishara and I, my husband, and I initially started working at Navaloka hospitals.
Okay.
Yeah, I was very fortunate enough to meet Professor Arjuna De Silva and Dr. Harindu Wijewardane, who really gave me the stepping stone to kind of establish my career as a physiotherapist in Colombo. So I started with Navaloka in their pain management center, working directly with Dr. Harindu. And after about 3 years, I fell pregnant with our first daughter, and decided, Ishara and I decided that it was probably about time to do our own thing, later on, to really allow us the freedom to, develop our own business, and also give us a bit more time with the family and have a bit more balance in our lives. So we started the Physio at Longdon Place. We were very fortunate to be at the right place, right time, ask the right questions, and we landed a superb location in Colombo 7.
Right.
And we just got going, and it was just initially me as a physio and a reception staff. So it was very small to begin with, but there's a big demand for physiotherapy.
Yeah.
There weren't that many established private physiotherapy clinics in Colombo. So there was just a huge demand for it, and we just started hiring one physio first, and then another and another, and gradually grew the physiotherapy side of things, and it was going really well. And actually we had a space upstairs as well, and initially it was used by Athlete Unleashed, and they set up their personal training, strength and conditioning work. And after they wanted to expand, and so when they moved out, we thought it was a perfect opportunity for us to sort of dwell into the fitness and wellness industry a little bit more. So that was probably the next step of our business. So other than the physiotherapy side, we wanted to do some group fitness classes, some personal training, some more high-level strength and conditioning work as well as some relaxation, and do some mind-body work for clients, because we wanted to really start thinking of people as not just injured people and people with physical issues, but treat people as a whole. So we started the Physio wellness studio up there, and we were really fortunate enough to have a great personal trainer that joined us, Navika, and he was with us for a good 4-5 years, I think, and he took care of our clients really well. He helped a lot of people build themselves up, achieve their goals, and so on. And then, but he actually wanted to do an Ultra X.
Many of you probably know Kevin. He's the Asian winning champion, of course, in the year 2016, and of course the rugby world. Kevin, why did you get into Fettle after coronavirus hit?
Yeah, because of Corona only, I just came into the scene. So anyway, me and Theruni was doing Australian strength and conditioning course. So we were almost completing it on that point. So after Corona hit, everything just shut down.
Yes.
So from that only, we just came up with this idea, and Theruni and Ishara was telling me to start up with something apart from rugby. So that's how I got into it. So I started with one of my teammates, Mithila, and now I got in my brother also. Now we have 4 trainers, including me.
Oh.
So it's just going well.
It's going well. And you guys are, how has it been since the COVID-19? I mean, obviously business would have gone down. But you probably still keep in contact with your clients as well.
Absolutely, yes. So it hit us like, I guess, every other business quite significantly. But I guess because we're in the medical field, there's still a demand for health and wellness. So people did slowly start coming back, and what we found was that we just had to adapt a little bit more. We had to, make a few changes at the practice. We were always very specific about hygiene and safety and so on. But we started, doing some online consultations for clients who didn't want to actually physically step into the clinic. A lot of the clients even upstairs.
Yeah, upstairs we went into online sessions, and now we started home visits too with this recently. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, obviously everyone probably went online to do a lot of things, and so you guys also jumped in on that bandwagon as well.
Absolutely, and it was really surprising, Tashi, because I guess as physiotherapists, we never really explored that telehealth, that distance physiotherapy but it was a huge eye-opening experience, because we realized, okay, we can do quite a lot. We can ask the right questions, do a fairly good assessment online, with someone holding the camera on their end, and make a fairly accurate diagnosis, and with the right advice, exercises, and guidance, people would still get better. And that was really, it was a new concept to us, but something that worked really well. And we still, we still continue, even though we're now open. There are plenty of clients who are continuing and are happy to do the online sessions with us. Yeah.
So what would you say was a challenge initially starting up the physio and pedal?
So for the physio, I guess the biggest challenge was convincing me to. So Ishara was, it's his brainchild. I was quite happily, working at Navaloka, doing my thing, and I was never very business minded, and the agreement was he would take care of that side of things, the administrative, business end of things, and I would do the physiotherapy part. So the biggest challenge was probably him trying to convince me, let's start, you can do this. And I always just was a bit afraid of, I didn't know where to start or how to start. But Ishara comes from, I guess his family business. So he's been in that field a long time. So he helped a lot, and he actually just got the ball rolling. So other than just getting convinced to do it. The other big challenge was probably the location. It was really great that we did find this central location, but I think that was good. I guess the other thing was maybe coming up with the name. We wanted it to be something that people would immediately understand and recognize. And I think Ishara's inspiration came from The Godfather. It was the Physio.
That's really good. I see the inspiration and all that. So tell me about how pedal came about, the name for pedal, and what does pedal mean?
Pedal means it's like shaping up some material items. So metal items. So shaping up metal items means pedal.
And you all have a slogan as well. It's more than muscle.
It's pedal is all about building a lifestyle, not about like building muscles or not just going for a gym. It's building a lifestyle for like a normal people. And I guess I'm really blessed to be a part of that journey. With the physio, it's really easy for me to just build that, because we can do less injury risk, and it's like how things happen in pedal is like, so our clients go through a physio assessment, full body assessment. From that only the physio give us the report about client condition. So according to that, we manage to progress and program the goals, like the program for clients' goals. So for that, I guess the injury risk is really low, and we work with hand in hand with the physio. So it's getting more like, we track our progresses and clients' progresses. From that, I think there is no issue with going with the injury. So we just always like right behind our client. So that's different from others.
So it actually does go hand in hand, and that's the very best thing about it. Now I'm actually really interested. Both of you are very, very different. Is there like a definition of success that you like or you follow yourself?
I guess you can define success in a lot of ways, Tashi, but I guess for me personally, I think success is when you're able to do what you love, when you want, with enough energy and resources and time. And I think also success to me and Ishara both, I think, means that we can also help other people be successful. I think that helps us feel like we're successful. If we can see other people rise and come into their own and achieve their goals, that's success to me as well.
Of course. And what about you, Kevin? You've basically come through a lot in your life and at a very young age as well. What does success mean to you?
Success is, for me, it's Tashi, my family happiness.
Right.
So I just work hard for that. My happiness is to keep my family happy, and I just love to see that. That's my success.
So, you guys, have you ever had a moment in your career where you failed before you succeeded?
Yeah, I have failed in my life so many times, but not in business yet.
Mm-hmm.
But in my rugby life, I have failed so many in so many ways. Rugby has taught me so many different things in my life. So I guess from that, the experience from that I can face any challenges in my life. So it's yeah.
So you're basically ready for anything.
I'm ready for anything because I've gone through a lot.
You've gone through a lot, yeah. That's a good answer. And Theruni, now of course everyone has there's someone in their life that they look up to. Is there an inspiration in your life?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I am inspired by a lot of people in general. I think my clients inspire me every day. My husband, he always inspires me with something new and some advice or something that he has to say. These boys upstairs are constantly inspiring me to do, challenge myself physically.
Right.
And my kids, when I see them, there's a lot of people. I can't say just one specific person, but I do find a lot of inspiration. I think I feel very blessed to have a lot, to be able to do a lot of things. So I'm just very thankful that I have all these opportunities and to also help people. It's a great feeling.
So this next question is actually for the both of you. What really gets you up in the morning? I know, Kevin, you wake up at what time? 4 o'clock sometimes?
Yeah.
Some people are just why are you doing this to yourself? What makes you get up in the morning?
It's like I said before, it's family, sir. So my family is like a small, a lot of happiness and a lot of smile and a lot of love. So I just work hard for that. I just want to see that. So that's what motivates me every day to wake up and do the things.
To do everything to make sure that they are happy.
Yeah.
Okay, what about you, Theruni?
I'm just really passionate about my work. I do really enjoy it. I think it gives me a great buzz. There's a great job satisfaction in what I do. So just it's exciting to be able to meet people, help them in ways that, in any way you can, really. And so that gets me up. Also just I love starting a morning with exercise, and I think that sets the mood for the rest of the day for me. So early starts, get up, get going, get to work, and then the rest of it just flows.
By. Yeah, that's true. Now, we're going to say a big thank you going out to our wonderful venue sponsor, the Colombo Cooperative. They're all about providing modern workspaces for companies of all sizes. And they have a question for you. What is your number one value in business and in life?
I guess I just have a belief that, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it well, and I'm going to do it properly, and I'm going to see it through. I don't really give up on anything. So, I can't say I give up on anything. So I just think if you're going to do something, just do it well.
Do it well.
Yeah.
And if there's anyone out there, of course, watching this right now, and they're probably thinking, wow, I don't know how they did it. What kind of advice would you give them if they want to start up maybe a gym or physio of their own? What kind of advice would you give them?
I think don't be like me. Just get going. I think a lot of things fall into place when you believe and when you just trust in the process, and you just got to put yourself out there and not be afraid to fail. And I think a lot of things just once you get the ball rolling, things do fall into place. So just don't hold back and believe in your dreams and just go out there.
Exactly. And there's quite a lot of people out there, Kevin, that they say, okay, this is just an idea, it's not going to work, I'm going to give up. What would you tell them?
It's just I what inspired me to start up is Vishara once he told me 95% of people think in this world. So and 3% people who write down their goals and dreams.
Okay.
And only 2% people in this world who take the first step.
Right.
So think who you are, Kevin, then you start up.
Oh,
Then I was
that's
like, that's
amazing.
got like, really like from what I've been from small age, then
Yeah.
I've been like, a lot of stuff. So that's inspired me to take this first step.
Okay.
So from the first step, I know that I won't give up in anything. The thing is, Tashi, impossible is nothing in this world.
Right.
So if you work hard for what you want and willing consistently and not giving up, the things will fall down for sure.
Absolutely, that's wonderful, you guys. And is there, how will people get through to y'all if they want to book a physio session or maybe book fitness with Kevin as well? How would they reach out to you guys?
So they can contact us directly on our practice number. We'll get their information, and we can actually set up an appointment where they physically they can actually set up now an online session or a physical consultation where they can come in and we can discuss their issues and what goes. And then if they're interested in pedal, we can also set up a full assessment of their body and again discuss goals, and then we can transfer that information onto the boys and they go from there.
Brilliant. So there you have it. Of course, Theruni from Physio and Kevin from Fettle. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me today.
Thank you.
Thank you,
I wish you all the very best of luck.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.